What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wes Grand. You watching Sub Urban Nerd. This channel where I give my nerd reviews on today's nerd news, but also give my reviews on TV shows. And today's TV show is this one right here. It's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 5, Episode 10, titled Past Lives. And this episode, I have to, right off the bat, tell you, it was really good. It had a lot going for it, a lot of action, a lot of twists, turns. From what the trailer showed, you're like, oh man, something's gonna happen to Yo-Yo, but I'll get to that. And it's not what you think, but it's definitely good. But like I said, the episode, I'm gonna give a quick rundown of the episode. The episode starts off, we seeing the ship landing on, the Kree's little floating island or whatever the thing that is. But I was like, I know they wouldn't be stupid enough to go there because they know the Kree is expecting it. But Cassius goes up there, and that's where he sees his main chick, his bottom bitch. Like some people say, it's Sonara. Sonara's got that pole through her that Daisy stuck in her last episode, and he definitely doesn't look too happy. But the crew had split up, so they're all gone. Cassius, you see Cassius get back, and he brings back Sonara's body, and she's inside, laying on the table, and he's saying like, "Yo, don't worry, we can bring you back." Because that's what I was thinking at first. Because I was like, you know what? They brought back a bunch of people. They brought back Jess. They brought back Coulson with that technology from the Kree, so they should be able to take her back. But the doctor says there's too much damage. I guess a pole through the body kind of makes it so you can't remake those organs, I guess, or something like that. I don't know what, because I know Coulson got shot in a Avengers thing by Loki, and somehow he was able to be brought back. But I guess because it wasn't a hole, maybe that's why. And whoever else, maybe but the girl had a knife through her body. So see, I don't even know. They're not making any sense. But regardless, they said they can't bring her back. So so he was like, really? He pretty much pulls out a gun, shoots the doctor in the head, and then he was like, let's maybe you'll figure it out with a closer up in depth of what situation she's in. Which I'm like, damn, that's cold as hell. But then he gets the Inhuman trainer, and he tells him like, yo, I want these people called, get the Inhumans, get them. And then the trainer's like, they're not trained fully yet for these people, because these people have taken out our Kree soldiers. I don't know if they're ready. So, and then that's when he's like, okay, all right, you don't think they can? Drink the odium. And I'm like, what's this odium? And then it's this little black liquid, and it sort of looked like venom or something. So when he shoves it inside the guy's mouth, and then he starts shaking, convulsing, getting his eyes turning black or whatever, and basically looking like something out of 28 Days Later type of shit. But he goes crazy. Next thing you know, you see Mac and Flint, because they split up. Mac and Flint, they're just regular talking. They're talking about like a bike, and then he was like, "What do you mean bike?" And he was like, "The bicycle?" It was like, "No, like a motorcycle, man, just driving through the air." Yo, man, it's amazing. Having a little small talk, because throughout this episode, throughout this season, they've been definitely showing that Mac is trying to, have a little closer thing with Flint, like, I guess, father figure. And then Flint's like, yo, so you really think this time machine's gonna work? And that's when Fitz rolls out like, it's a portal, not a time machine. And then so then you've got the crew ambushing the Kree. And then that's when the guy that had the little black liquid thrown into his mouth, you see him roll out after the rest of his arm is done. He's like whipping ass. He gets shot a couple times by Coulson, and then he gets shot by Daisy, and he starts fighting Daisy, hitting her. She's getting injured. She gets cut a little. She flips him over, punching him. And then he grabs her, throws her against a wall. And then she was like, "What did they do to you?" He's like, "I feel no pain." And then she goes, flips him over, stabs him in the chest with the knife. We're like, "Bet you feel that." So, Daisy, they always have to show Daisy being badass in these shows, so that's a given. You got Deke, he sees Jess after everything's cleared out, and he's like, "Hey, thought you were dead. I mean, you look good for dead. Not great, but you look good." And then, she's like, "Yeah, nice to see you too," because she definitely has that pale look on her. But then Coulson, after everybody leaves, he goes up to Jess and was like, "I've been where you've been. It gets easier. But you know what you fight? You fight for them." And he's pointing to, Flint and them. And they go, go on. Next, he swings back to Cassius, he's talking to the dead Sonara, crazy type, like, talking over to her dead body like it's alive. And the soldier's like, "Oh, we need to do," he's like, shh, talking here. And he's saying that the seer seems to have been running dry, or maybe she's just misleading them. but hey, we'll find out. So then you got Daisy. Yo-Yo. She's going through and she finds herself in a room, and then that's why she's like, it's crazy. And then the one that she sees starts talking about like, it's a loop. It isn't gonna work. Talking basically some doom and gloom, and I ain't trying to hear that. Yo-Yo ain't trying to hear that. Going back to the next one, you got Enoch. He squeezes out of like a crack into the room where they're gonna set off the generating for the power for the obelisk or the totem to send them back in time. And then that's when all of a sudden one of the guards is trying to open up the door, and then he tells Coulson like, "Yo, we ain't got that much time left." So and then after that, like he was like, "All right, we'll figure something out." Deke's like, "Yo, I'll go and I'll save this stupid automaton." And then they're like, "Yo, you might not want to do it because you're taking on all the Kree. That's not a good idea." And then he's like, "Yo, I'm trying to do the whole world saving thing, and that's not really a pep talk." And then he goes and gives a speech because Daisy's like, "Yo, I'll come with you." He gives a speech like, "Nah, you gotta stay here. Like, yo, you are what's gonna save the world. Like, before I thought you were gonna destroy it, but you need to go. You need to be the one that goes back. Because if you come with me and it ends, all of you got to get back." So he's walking away, and she was like, "It was almost nice knowing you." He was like, "You were a pain in my ass." So, that was kind of one of those funny moments. Like, the back and forth between Daisy and Deke this whole season has been great. Like, I love the chemistry is really good. I just wish, things didn't happen the way it's going to happen. But next, you got Simmons teaching Flint how to feel the rock, the one piece from the totem or the obelisk thing that they have left, and she's teaching them to feel the minerals, and he's like, yeah. So then that's when all of a sudden the Kree is trying to bust in, and then you see Fitz setting up these little things with the string, and I'm like, what's that mean? What's that gonna do? And then they're going, and then the Kree rolls up in there, and they're like, freeze, and he presses a button, and the string pops and slices off all their heads. I'm like, damn, yo, Fitz, it's just, he's become like one of the most badass characters since the beginning. Like, yo, like once Simmons went missing on that planet, like, yo, he just went straight up like, yo, I'm not one to F with right now. And he's just been showing that throughout this whole season. So, yeah, he cuts it off, and in front of the kids, in front of the kids, too, they go off, they get away. Yo-Yo's talking to herself a little bit more, and, like I said, it's more doom and gloom. Daisy's giving a speech to Coulson like, I can't go with you. I'm the reason why the Earth is going to be like this, so I can't go. And then he was like, okay, bam, shoots her with the, like the icer, they call it, and knocks her out. So you've got Daisy knocked out. Everybody's trying to get together. Enoch gets found because one of the Kree busts through the thing, and I'm like, he tries to reach for the gun and gets hit by like the axe in the head, and then goes down. I'm like, you saw, like, even though you're fixing the thing, he was already busting through the door. So you should have probably ran and got that gun before he did the whole bust through the thing, because it's like he waited for him to bust through the glass, reach in, open the door, get inside, and then he's, snaps, and tries to run for the gun. I'm like, yo, you should have gone for that a little bit sooner. So anyways, he gets hit. Then right before he gets really completely done, you've got, how do you say it? Then you've got, while this is going on, you've got Flint gathering the rocks. He's outside. You see him just they're gathering all up together, sort of like a Magneto. Like, he's outside, and since Gemma told him the whole composition of the rock, he got together all the rocks that need to make the thing, and he just throws it straight through the window where all the Kree is getting ready to whip some ass on the the Coulson's crew, and they get sucked out. Everybody rolls in. Yo-Yo tells the other one to go, and then like she was Yo-Yo's like, well, I can't go, come with me. And then that's when you see Yo-Yo's arms have been cut off because she's been brought back to life and killed a bunch of times. So then that's when like, yo, everything's going crazy. You've got Deke saves Enoch, and right at the nick of time when one of the Kree's about to cut him, fill him down, he shoots him in the head, and he's like, yo, where has this been all my life? And then Enoch's like, it's been in a wall in level 3 or something like that. And he was like, really? You tell me this now? And so Flint flies in at like Magneto side. He throws the rocks in there. It shuts down, so now it's the vacuum sealed. Then you've got May rolls up on him like, oh, so you're Flint? He was like, yeah. He was like, well, nice meeting you. I get to work. That's May, you know what I'm saying? So then Max is like, yo, where's Yo-Yo? And then they go searching for Yo-Yo. And then Max sees Yo-Yo, but Cassius has a knife to her neck, and her arms are off. He doesn't know this is a different Yo-Yo. So then the thing that I think is stupid, like, she's like, just go. Like, all she had to do was like, I'm not the yo-yo, you know. Just go. Because he stays there way too long until the Kree goes, but, you know, they have to have this action scene. So then, like I said, I thought it was stupid. Like, if I mean, you've been brought and killed so many times, at that point, you don't care. I would have been like, I'm not the yo-yo, you know, go now. But no, Mackie probably would have still stayed. But then you've got Mac is fighting Cassius. Cassius jumps down, and he's fighting both the two Krees, but he quickly takes the axe shotgun and takes them out, and he's fighting Cassius. Cassius starts whooping his ass, and then Cassius literally, like, because he puts that black stuff in him, he's all humped up, and he's like, yo, I'm gonna beat your head. I'm gonna beat your body with your own skull. He's like talking some craziness. Meanwhile, you got Enoch saying that this thing, the power generator is kind of damaged because after Deke shot the guy, he landed into the machine, and he was like, "Yo, I can be the power source for the gateway." But if anything, whoever's next to me in the vicinity is gonna get atomized. So Deke's like, "So I'm pretty much gonna die once I flip the switch." He was like, "Yeah." So then you've got. Going back, you've got Mac getting his ass kicked by Cassius, and just left and right, just getting damaged. And then that's when all of a sudden, right before Cassius finished, does the final blow on Mac, you've got sorry. So just, you know, getting that background back on. So and then you got after Mac gets right about to get his ass kicked, Simmons puts one of those little slug things in his ear, and it messes up his seeing and all that stuff. And then that's when Max takes an axe, flips around, stabs Cassius through the back. And then that's when everyone's making a run and dash. Deke tells him that the time is out. Enoch can't hold out any much longer. So then that's when all of a sudden he flips the switch. Things blowing off. You're like, did they make it? You see the obelisk melt down like it does to take some people up. You're like, did he make it? Then it goes to commercial, comes back. You see Flint and Jess on the ship talking like, yo, did they make it? And Flint's like, I know they made it. Like now, and then she was like, so time for us to save the world? He's like, yeah, we'll start over, try to figure something out. And they're seeing the destroyed Earth in the distance. And then that's when, you know, that's pretty much the end of the episode. But, you know, in the preview, they show that, yes, the Simmons, the Coulson crew did make it back. That's what I'm going to call them, the Coulson crew. They made it back, and I thought, at first I thought it was, Daisy wasn't going to be with them that much because she's been pissed off that he shot him and brought her back. But I see she's in a trailer, but now they've got this lady, Dove Cameron, as a guest star. But I think she's going to be like this new person, this new villain, because that's the one thing I like about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They're splitting it up into different sections, different stories. In the last one, they had like 3 different storylines, or about 3 or something different storylines, and it worked because it didn't seem stale. It was a different set of stories, but yet it still went like the 22 episodes, which it worked out great. So as far as this episode, I'm giving it an A because it had a lot of things, a lot of twists, a lot of turns. Like I said, Mac finds out later after Simmons does a thing that Yo-Yo comes out and like, oh, and she was like, I'm sorry you had to see that, but you know, it wasn't me, whatever. So that's taken care of. Everybody's happened. Everybody makes it back in time, and now we're gonna see where the story goes from there. And like I said, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., give it an A. Love this episode. Devin had a lot of things going for it, and that's pretty much it. That's my review for the episode and rundown recap. Hopefully you guys like this. Tell me anything, comment down below, tell me how you feel. Just like, remember, like, share, tell all your friends, and remember, subscribe. Check out the last review of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and check out the playlist of all the episodes of TV show reviews. So remember, I'm Wes Grant, you've been watching Urban Nerd, you've just been notified. Catch you guys on the next review.